Hi guys, I'm Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner, back on the Pearblossom Press YouTube channel, and today we're going to be making a fun light-up card using something I really don't use very much. We'll be using the easy lights, so of course we have our wonderful lights from Amanda at Pearblossom Press. We're going to be using the Stamp and Die bundle, but what I don't typically use is pre-made card fronts. This is from Beau Creations, a lovely lady that I met at Scrapbook, Florida just a couple of weeks ago, and she gave me a couple of things to try out and show you guys how easy it is to make a light-up card using some of these fun fronts that are already basically ready to go for you. These are based, I like this. This is kind of a vintagey look, so I picked out one of them. There are 12 different card fronts in here. They're all different designs. So I picked out one. We're going to do this fun little snowman. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So if you haven't seen the Easy Light yet, this is a really quick and easy way for you to be able to add lights to your cards. The way that this works, first off, this is a 2-pack, so it comes with 2 pieces in there. You break apart the circuit board, so you have 2 separate devices, and then they both are going to look like this. You have 3 lights attached to the other end. You have your little circuit board here with your battery pack and a little button for you to push. When you're putting the battery in, which I already did, let's take it out. You're going to want to make sure, first off, the battery does come with batteries, by the way. The batteries are really thin. These are CR2016. My husband had to tell me what the numbers meant. So the 16 tells you that it's going to be the thin ones. So if you have a number other than 16, if you're needing to replace for whatever reason, make sure you get the right ones, because that's what you're going to need. Only reason you're going to want to replace it, though, is if you wind up, playing too much and it dies. All right, so you're going to want to slide it in. The flat side has a plus on it. The top of your mechanism has a plus on it, so you just slide that in. It'll only slide in one direction. Slide that on in, and then of course you're going to want to test it. I always test it just in case I get a bad battery or anything like that, which I have yet to have happen, but I still want to double check it. So I'm going to just push the button, and you can see those lights came on. So what we're going to do, first off, I'm going to be smart because I forget this part more often than I want to admit. We're going to add a door so that we're able to replace the battery if we need to. Okay, so to do that, I'm going to first off just draw on my card base where I want my battery to go, where I want the piece to go. It doesn't really matter where you put it. You're just going to need to make sure that you have an idea if you want to put a door on there, or you can do like what I usually do and do it near the end. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and trim right to the outside of this. Now there is a die, this guy here from Pearblossom Press, where you can put the door anywhere you want to, and it only cuts on 3 sides, so the last side is your fold line. I'm trying something a little bit different this time. I'm going to try to make it so that my door is down here at the end. Also going to go ahead and erase those pencil marks just to make this look a little bit prettier. And now I'm going to use some Pearblossom Press World's Best Foam Tape. I probably got a little bit close to there, but that's okay. You know why? The foam is cuttable. So this foam, this is my absolute favorite foam. I need more of it. I need all the widths and all the thicknesses and all the things that aren't here yet. Amanda's working on it. Just saying, we want the tape. I'm so happy that she's working on this for us, but I understand companies, you have to deal with the companies. It is what it is. So she's working on getting these manufactured for us. So this tape is fabulous for multiple reasons. Number one, or first, it's not really the number one, but the release paper comes off super easy. If you've ever had to fight with it using a pokey tool to get the release paper off, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm just able to push on it and it just pops right up. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, it is double thick, so it is the perfect thickness for our lights. It also works fabulously for shaker cards, but that's not the absolute best part. The best part about this stuff is the fact that it's repositionable. It is repositionable for 30 minutes if you are like me and you forget or you put things down in the wrong place. If you put things down in the wrong place, this is going to be fabulous for you. Even when you get better and you're not doing it quite so much, it's still going to be fabulous for you because, yeah, it is repositionable. So I'm doing something I don't normally do. I'm building a box on my card base that's going to hold everything. I usually do this on the back of my card, but you know what? I'm doing it a little bit backwards this time. I'm trying to plan and do it first. And it looks like I came really close. Ooh, I came almost exact on that door. So I am going to trim a little bit off just to be on the safe side. And like I said, it is repositionable, so I can just lift it up. I'm going to cut this last little bit down here, and then I'm going to just trim a sliver of it off so that it fits a little bit better for me. And then it's going to have the thickness that I want, but I'm not going to have to worry about whether or not my tape sticks to the door and sticks it shut. So there we go. Our door is going to be perfect right there. So that just means that if and when somebody wants to change the battery, they can. All right, so if I put this back in here, I like to do a lot of testing. If I put this back in here, it's basically in exactly the right spot. I'm going to go ahead and fill in a lot of the rest of this with some foam just to make it so that everything is nice and level, because I don't want any saggy middles, and I'll be right back. So next I need to decide where I want my lights to be, because we already decided we're going to have the battery pack down here in this side. We're going to have the lights somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my lights, just going to take them one at a time, and I'm going to tape them to the back of my card. I think I want to have it in a couple of these snowflakes. That I think is going to be really cute. And I'm going to do my best to have the yellow part of my light facing forward. Now, depending on how much light you want, you can poke a hole in that. So I kind of think that's what I want to do. Why not, right? Let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to take my pokey tool, and I'm going to poke a hole in the places that I want my lights to go. Right in the middle of a couple of snowflakes. And I'm going to make it a little bit big, just so that I have room for that light to show through. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to take one of these little lights. The yellow piece on top is the light. The back part is just where the wires are attached, and I want my light to go through that hole or close to it with the yellow side poking out. Okay? And again, you don't have to have them poking out. This is just one of the things I like to do. If you do it like that, it's going to have more light. Just take a look. So it lights up pretty bright because we have that little LED poking right through the hole. So let's go ahead and do that with a couple more. Let's do one on this side. And I think I'm going to do this one. And we're going to attach the other two to those two holes just like we did the first one. I think this looks wonderful. Okay, you're probably wondering now, what am I going to do with all of these wires? Well, the wires are able to be kind of tied up, and then we can just tape them down with some tape. But what I need to do first is figure out where exactly am I putting this light. Actually, I think I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take some double-sided adhesive. That's how I normally tack this down. I'm also in Florida, so it doesn't necessarily hold permanent, which is fine for this because you know what? You're going to want to replace that battery, right? Just going to put a couple of pieces of double stick tape down. And I'm going to kind of guesstimate where I think I want this. I think it's going to go right about here, which means if I have it about there, taping this up here is still going to give me enough room to wiggle that around a little bit. So that my mechanisms are going to stay in place, but the wires aren't going to get in the way as I'm putting it down onto my card base. So let's just do a real quick test run and see if everything goes where I think it's supposed to. So this is one of the only times I'm putting this as a full front card, and when I do that, It's perfect. It is absolutely perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and take the release paper off of this. Okay, so I think that is pretty close. I'm going to straighten it up now that I know where I want it to go. And now our mechanism is done. That's done. All we have to do is put it back down on here. So I'm going to just take all of that release paper off. And remember, if I mess up and don't put it on there straight, that's okay because this stuff is repositionable. It will not rip my cardstock. Making sure that I put this right side up. I have done it backwards before. And just lay that right on the top there. Using my desk as one of the edges. And there, this is basically done. And when we open it up, we can still get to the battery. Fabulous. But number one, we don't have a button here to tell us where to push, right? So I need to make a button and put that on there. And I think we also need a sentiment. What do you think? So first we're going to make us a little button. Now my favorite stamp out of the Stamp and Die bundle is the little one that says press here. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that on a scrap of white cardstock using my Bee Sting ink from Simon Hurley. I figured that will be pretty much a perfect match. There we go. So we have a little press here, but it's not really, it's going to be a little bit too big like that. So I'm going to use one of the dies from the Stamp and Die bundle. In this bundle, there is this little circle die that is the perfect size and shape to go right around that press here. So I am going to use my magnetic magic mat along with my little platinum scout. The magnetic mat is going to hold that little die in place so it doesn't shift around, and so I get a perfect little circle. And there we go. We have a perfect little button. So I put the little press here button right over the actual button. So we just press where it says press here and everything lights up. And I put the Let It Snow above the snowman. So yeah, it's kind of balanced there and does not go over any of the lights. I think this just turned out wonderful. Okay, so wasn't that really quick, really easy, and it turned out super, super cute? I am loving this card. I hope you guys are too, and be sure to check out this video to see another card that I made using some wonderful products from Pearblossom Press. You guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.